It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? It is showtime. Geno Jones showtime. Hey, you can see me. You can hear me, right? Of course. So I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. out on the West Coast in the city of Angels, Los Angeles, or anywhere on the West Coast. If you're chilling in Hawaii, man, you lucky you. Man, can we trade places? It is 1:30. Please subscribe to the Geno Jones Show on the Geno Jones channel here on YouTube. Tell everybody that you know and don't know, everybody that you like, that you love, that you're just kind of cool with. You ain't too crazy about folks you can't stand, hate, strangers, aliens. Tell them all. Or as my man Nelly would say, tell everybody. That would be everybody in St. Louis. Keeping it real, St. Louis talk. St. Louis, Missouri. Tell everybody to subscribe, watch, share, binge watch the Geno Jones Show. Watch it live, and if you miss it, like I said, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's free. Subscribe, share, and like. But if you'd like to contribute, you can. You can contribute. Leave me a message. I'll tell you. If you like to be a sponsor, or if you like to advertise. If you're looking for the ultimate pitch man, because I'm the king of pitch man, leave me a message here on my YouTube channel, or my Gmail is Geno Jones Show. Not just Geno Jones Show at Gmail. So let me start off today. Got some birthdays today. July 20th. Omar Epps. So Omar Epps, repping Brooklyn, New York City. So you seen him way back in the day in a movie called Juice. You know who else was in the movie Juice? Tupac. That's right, Tupac Shakur. So Omar Epps, and one of my favorites, it's a cult classic, a cult favorite, Love and Basketball. He was in that movie with Sanaa Lathan. He was in the movie Higher Learning. He's done TV. Talented brother. So Omar Epps is 49 today. NBA champion. I know he got 2 championships at least. He got one with the Boston Celtics against my Lakers. Then he got one in Miami when he was rocking with LeBron. He was a native of South Carolina. As a matter of fact, about 3 hours north of here, the Greenville, South Carolina area. From that area. Talking about my man Ray Allen. Happy birthday, Ray Allen is 47 today. NBA baller, Ben, I can't shoot Simmons. Ben, I'm afraid to shoot Simmons of the now Brooklyn Nets. He is 26 today. And rest in peace, power and paradise to R&B singer Michael Henderson. He was the lead singer with a guy named Norman Connors, who was a producer. For my old school fans, my real old school fans, my old school heads, like back in like the late 70s, early 80s, You Are My Starship, and probably his one of my all-time favorites, even though I love that one, is Sending You This Valentine's. Like every year I got to play that song. I'm sending you a Valentine and hope that you still mine. So rest in peace. Okay, yeah, I hold a little tune. Without auto-tune, I can hold a tune for a little bit. Michael Henderson, he sang with Phyllis Hyman, Bet You By Golly, wow. Did a lot with the whole Norman Connors camp. Norman, yesterday, Michael Henderson, he passed away. He was 71. Rest in peace, power and paradise. All right, I want to shout out everybody that is watching me live. Shout out to my dude, Groove Master Drake. Drake, can you hear me good? We had some audio issues yesterday. Let's see here. Let us, yes, I see and hear you. Yeah, we had a little technical snafu yesterday, but the Geno Jones Show must go on. But I had a great conversation. You could hear the conversation with Elder Carly Town and my good friend I can't even think of her name. That's embarrassing. But anyway, check out Jasmine Smalls. I ain't forget you, Jay. What's up, my sister? Two beautiful black women, two beautiful black queens, doing some great work in the community. Elder Carly Town with the Gullah Geechee Angel Network, and Jasmine Smalls doing some great work with several organizations, including her businesses. All right, listen, we got a little over 100 days until Election Day. And every day I'm going to beat this drum. Why it's so important to vote. But today, briefly, this is going to be a short show, no guests today. I got to get this. I'm going to have a very interesting conversation tomorrow. I'm going to tell you about that at the end of the show. It's really what I was talking about yesterday. I really want to go ahead and really drill down on this whole thing about you've got all these states that have banned abortions. Thank you, no thanks. I'm being a smart ass. Thanks, no thanks to the Supreme Court and all the judges, the Supreme Court justices. Virtually all but one, mostly men, old white dudes, minus one, Clarence Thomas, who probably wishes that he was born a white dude. Just got dark skin, but all skin folk ain't kinfolk. And Judge Amy Coney, Amy Coney, or is it Comey? Yeah, Amy Coney Barrett. Yeah, that heifer. Anyway, so they voted to repeal Roe versus Wade. Now this law, this ruling had been standing on the books that basically said that a woman had a legal right to terminate a pregnancy. Her choice, her body, her choice. So keep your abortion bans off of women's bodies. And you got states like South Carolina that already had what they call trigger laws in place because they knew what was going to happen. They knew that the Supreme Court was basically going to strike down the Roe versus Wade decision. So basically, it's up to the states. If the states want to make abortion illegal, if they want to ban abortions, they could. And the second that ruling went public, these states had laws like South Carolina. Now abortions are after 6 weeks. It's called they call a fetal heartbeat law. So supposedly after 6 weeks that you can detect a heartbeat. So and an abortion is illegal in this state after 6 weeks. However, Governor Foghorn Leghorn, I say there, son. He looks like this cartoon, and he sounds like this cartoon character, just like Fog. As a matter of fact, it's an insult to Foghorn Leghorn. It's now there. So the South Carolina abortion ban, the law that bans abortions after 6 weeks, it makes an exception if a woman is raped, or if a child is raped, if she's a victim of incest, or if the life of the mother is in danger. This asshole, he wants to repeal the exceptions, so it don't matter. You got a 10-year-old child that was raped, like the 10-year-old girl in Ohio that had to have somebody, her family or guardians, had to take her to the state of Indiana to get an abortion. And then they caught the dude who raped her, and he admitted raping her more than one time. Like, who does that? At what point are we as men, are collectively as a culture, when are we just going to start just, as my grandfather would say, hemming up? When are we really going to hold other men accountable? And when are we going to create a climate and culture among men, especially in America, really on the planet? Just as a species, men, we have to hold each other accountable. We got to hold ourselves accountable. It is inexcusable to rape any woman, period, full stop. But then when you get into children, incest, and raping babies, oh my God. And they say they believe this young lady was 9 when she was impregnated. Oh, come on, this is a child. Who would, what inhumane person. Now, yes, I'm sorry, I don't have a lot of compassion and sympathy for no man that would do that. I don't have compassion and sympathy for rapists. I just don't. I'm sorry. But for children, that's like the next level. It's a baby. Why would you completely, you ruin a child's life mentally and emotionally, not to mention what you're doing to a baby's body, really a grown-ass man. But you got states that say, well, that's too bad, but she's got to. So you expect a 10-year-old child who's traumatized, who probably has nightmares every day and every night, seeing this man who's raped her, and you are telling her that she has to have the baby of the man that raped her, a baby herself? Do you not have daughters? Do you not have nieces? Do you not have sisters? Do you not have mothers? Do you not have a wife? Man, we've got to stand with, beside, in front, behind, and all around women to fight to protect a woman's right to terminate a pregnancy, a woman's right to choose, because it's her body. And like I said, men would never, ever, ever, never, never, ever, never, never, ever tolerate anybody, nobody. They wouldn't tolerate it. Men wouldn't tolerate anybody telling them what they could and could not do with their body. I don't care if Jesus, Allah, Buddha, Muhammad, Moses, all came down here in the flesh and had had one of those interventions and all just got together and said, hey, listen, you can't do that. Men would be like, you out of your damn mind. You or nobody else is going to tell me what I can do with my body. You can't tell me that I'm going to be forced to carry the child of a person that violated me. Men wouldn't tolerate it. Listen, if men got pregnant, you could go to the barbershop and get a fade haircut and an abortion and watch the game all at the same time. Hell, you could go to the strip club and get a lap dance, order some lemon pepper wings, an abortion, all in the VIP room. What was the song? Ain't no sex in the champagne room. That's like the VIP room. Well, you could damn sure get an abortion in the champagne room and get some lemon pepper wings and a lap dance while you're at it. Men would not tolerate it. You could probably, as a matter of fact, you could probably get an abortion at the game. They'd have tailgating parties where you can get an abortion, get some beer, get some chicken, get some brats before halftime, before the game starts on Sunday or Saturday. At every college football game, if men got pregnant, they like tailgating parties. They'd have abortion parties. I'm not trying to be humorous or funny. I'm being real. That men would never tolerate. This is the most hypocritical thing. And you got a bunch of men, a bunch of old men, primarily, who couldn't even make babies if they want to in a lot of cases, telling women what they can and can't do with their body. Now, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. First of all, men, if you've ever had sex and not gotten a kid as a result of that act of sex, I guarantee you that either birth control, because these same people want to ban birth control. As a matter of fact, there was a Walgreens in Wisconsin where a married couple, a woman and a man, went in there, and the woman tried to buy. First of all, she wanted to get some birth control. They wouldn't sell it to her in this Walgreens. I just I need to speak to the supervisor. Who's the manager of this damn joint? Hell, I need to be on the phone with the CEO of Walgreens. Who owns this damn store? It's legal. You gonna tell me I can't buy birth control? And then, wait a minute, it gets worse. They would not, this store, this Walgreens in Wisconsin, wouldn't sell this woman, came in with her husband. This woman, a married woman with her husband, they would not sell her condoms. Really? Is this what we doing now? So fellas, If you had sex and as a result of that sex you didn't wind up having a baby that you did or didn't know about, I guarantee you that birth control or abortion played a major role in you not becoming a father. Now, you may have not known about it. You may have known about it, but I guarantee you. So now it's men that want to ban not just abortions, but birth control. So men, we have not as much at stake because it's not our body. So we will never have as much at stake as a woman does. But they've come for women, but they're going to come for you too. They're going to make it illegal for men to masturbate. Some of you fellas that claim that incels, an incel is some dude that he can't get a woman. Don't know why women want him. Hell, you know, a lot of you dudes, I see why women don't want your ass. If I was a woman, I'd be like, no. But now they're going, the same folks, because they'll say, oh, wait a minute, you are destroying a life. No, you can't. We don't care. Sorry. We know you have urges and needs and you can't get a woman, but no, you can't masturbate because that could be a potential life. So y'all gonna start arresting men for masturbating, right? We're gonna do that, right? If we're gonna do it, let's do it all the way. Now, I guarantee that would be a whole different conversation. Or how about, since these same people who are making these laws say the life begins at the moment the sperm hits the egg. Oh, so child support now is going to start the moment that the sperm hits the egg. Hello, fellas. I'm just saying, be careful what you ask for, because you might get it, but you might not know everything that's going to come with what you thought you wanted when you get it. Be careful. There's an R&B song by a sister from Chicago named Sparkle. Be careful. Be careful what you ask for. So this is just another reason why, not just in like your federal elections, this is why it is so important. And you hear me talking about why that you gotta vote in your local elections, because now it is the states that have already made abortions illegal. They have already banned abortions in so many states like South Carolina, Florida, Texas is completely out of control, Alabama, Arkansas. As a matter of fact, my baby girl, and I can share this story with you, she won't mind, we had the conversation. Oh, when the ruling came down, I guess a little over a month ago, about a month and a half ago, she said, you know, Mom and Dad, I love you all, and I really miss home. She said, I will never come back to South Carolina to live. Never, ever, ever. Because I'm afraid the laws that they're passing, wanting to control my body. Basically, women's bodies in states like South Carolina and Texas and Oklahoma and Florida, and Georgia's just as bad. A lot of these states, Tennessee, Louisiana, a woman's body it's not her, according to the state, legally, your body is really the property of the state, that we have laws that can tell you what you can and can't do with your body. We can decide whether or not you have children. We can tell you how many children that you have. And even if there's a miscarriage, we can investigate you. And if we think that the miscarriage really wasn't a miscarriage, but you somehow created the miscarriage, states want to criminalize women. You're going to charge them with murder. You're going to lock up women for having a miscarriage. You have people on propaganda networks just flat out lying, spreading dangerous. And you're going to hurt these women that watch these propaganda networks. They're talking about, well, there's never a reason that there's no, so this is what this fool said, that under no circumstance that is a woman's life in danger from being pregnant. I know, let me say that again. This fool said that there's never a case of a woman's life actually being in danger from a pregnancy. So this dumbass has never heard of something called ectopic pregnancy. Back in the day, I remember hearing my grandmother talk about, there was, I guess, some women that had issues. They'd say getting pregnant in your tubes. And women had to be rushed to the hospital because they got pregnant in their tubes. And as I got older, I realized I heard this term, ectopic pregnancy. And then I've told the story about a friend of mine who I'd known for years. His fiance back in the day, this was back in the 90s. I heard this term that she had an ectopic pregnancy. That's basically where the fetus is not in the womb that it's supposed to be in. It gets outside of there. It can wind up, the fetus can wind up somewhere in the fallopian tubes or somewhere outside of where the fetus should be. A lot of times this happens, it winds up in the fallopian tubes or in that area. And if that happens, a woman could literally hemorrhage, bleed to death. You had some people, some of these politicians talking about a woman, even if the child is stillborn. Stillborn means that the fetus is dead. It's not viable. That the fetus is dead inside of the mother. And they want to require the woman to carry the fetus. This dead fetus is stillborn, unborn, dead fetus for at least 2 weeks. So you're going to pass laws to intentionally kill this mother? This has gone way too damn far. So fellas, we have a moral obligation. We have an obligation as just humanity, as humans, as men. We've got to stand up with, for, behind, beside, next to, and all around women, and make sure that we vote and hell, run for office in these states to repeal and reverse these backwards ass laws, because they've come for women, even white women. I told you, I've done several shows recently. I said, white women, now they've come for you. Well, guess what? White men, they're coming for you too. As a matter of fact, white men, they came for you. They came for you on January 6th. Like I said, if you do not buy into that MAGA cult mentality, they came to hang Mike Pence because he wouldn't go along with the MAGA cult insurrection coup, violent coup. You had one of the guys that was a former communications director with this white nationalist gang, because they all are like racist white nationalist street gangs, oath keepers. A lot of these guys, these oath keepers, former ex-military. You got some former military. Y'all got to get them white nationalists out the military and out of these police departments. I've had that conversation. That's going to be another show. But this former dude that was testifying in front of the January 6th commission said, now these were his words, January 6th was an armed, I'm quoting, armed rebellion. And he was with the dudes, but he said these dudes got crazy. I'm like, yo, I got to get out of here. So yes, white men, they come for you too. If you're not a part of the cult, the MAGA cult, racist, sexist, misogynistic, homophobic, religious, racist, this whole white evangelical Christian. Now, yes, maybe every white evangelical may not be racist, but today, if you call yourself a white evangelical, you need to look around. Because would you be willing to call yourself something when you see so many people around you who claim to love God, who don't know God? Because first of all, America's version of Christianity is the remixed version of Christianity anyway. Oh yeah, it's remixed. It was remixed to support, to uplift this whole ideology of whiteness and white nationalism. They call it white supremacy. There's nothing supreme about this racism, which is rooted in fear and ignorance. Because if you really studied history and understood Christianity, you do know the original form of Christianity, originally was practiced on the continent of Africa. You ever heard of a country called Ethiopia? Coptic Christians? Google that. Don't take my word for it. What do I know? I'm just a silly Negro. What does that silly Negro know? So Google it. Do your own damn homework. Find out for yourself. So I'm going to need you to vote. Vote and make sure that 50 people that you know, man, y'all need to rent a party bus. Act like you're going to the Cincinnati Music Festival this weekend and you're going to see Janet Jackson and Charlie Wilson. I'm going to need you all to roll into your local polling places like you're going to see a concert or a football game, damn it, or watch LeBron play in the NBA Finals. That's what I'm going to need, you and everybody that you know and don't know. All these mega churches with all these pastors, because these laws are affecting women, children, even men in your churches. Y'all got all these elaborate party buses and all this money. Get some of these buses and make sure people, and not just people inside your church. How about using these buses and some of the members of your church, and some of you pastors and preachers, to go out in the neighborhoods that your church is in and make sure that everybody in that community is registered to vote, and that they make sure that they have a way to vote. Maybe the elderly, they have problems getting around. They don't have a way to get around. They don't have a car. They have mobility issues, disabled, whatever it is. Make sure, if they don't have, maybe they don't have money to pay for like a voter registration card. Come on, y'all raising enough money on Sunday morning. Pay to make sure that they have the money to register to vote, make sure they have access to vote, everybody in their community. I mean, if they live in a building in Chicago, they have a lot of buildings, a lot of high rises where seniors live primarily, called senior buildings. So make sure that they have a way to vote. Let's put these church buses to some good use. Pastor. And make sure everybody in the church is registered to vote and that they turn out. But make sure everybody outside, who knows, you might get some new members, which means you can get some new money. I know that'll motivate you. We're going to talk about the church. We're not about the church. Well, in general, we're going to talk about hypocrisy. And because I saw and heard something from this iconic gospel singer. You probably heard or saw this video too. Shout out to everybody watching me live. What's Groove Master Dre? Hello, mother. Thank you. My number one fan and my executive producer. She got a lot. My mom's. See, look, if you think I got a lot to say, you should look at my live chat room. It's open now. You see my mom. So see where I got it. You see where I get it from. Yes. My loquacious nature, as they say. Yes, the ability to talk, loquacious when it talks well, talks a lot. We're going to talk about this video from this legendary gospel singer. I'll tell you who it is tomorrow because I witnessed. So when I heard and saw this video of this gospel singer in this church, that was really, even if she was doing it, if this was kind of like some kind of her sense of humor, man, it wasn't funny. And it didn't sound like she was joking. And it's really not about her, even though I've witnessed something with her. But this incident is just kind of symbolic of what I've seen growing up, which is, like I said, it's an indictment, not just on one church, not just on black churches, or, we already talked about the racism, this rampant among this white evangelical church movement, which is, in a lot of cases was rooted in racism. But we're going to talk about, and how that's really turned off young people. So if you wonder why young people don't want to go to church, and I got a couple guests that really know, that was in that world and know it, and going to tell you all about it. Thanks for letting me be a part of your life. God bless each and every one of you. God, most of all, thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show. I come to you live Monday through Friday. I want to thank everybody. Man, we got my live chat room is hot. Thank everybody for watching me live. I come on live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. out on the West Coast. Chicago's on Central Time, so if you're in Chicago, Milwaukee, St. Louis, Memphis, Dallas, New Orleans, Tulsa, Houston, on the West Coast, LA, San Diego, San Francisco, the Bay Area, Oakland, Portland, Seattle. You can check me out live. And if you miss me live, shame on you. But I got good news. You can always watch the show. If you miss it live, you can go to my YouTube channel, please, everybody you know. And shout out to my new subscribers. Shout out to my subscribers that's been down from day one and my new subscribers. And I want to shout out all of my radio listeners, all of my fans who listen to my radio show here in Charleston, South Carolina, the #1 show. Been #1 for 17 years. The #1 station. Been #1 since I've been here. Really, the station's been #1 for 20 years. It's been #1 for 17 years that I've been here. Star 997. I come on at 10 o'clock in the morning, so you don't have to be here in Charleston to listen to me. You can actually just go download this TuneIn, T-U-N-E-I-N, TuneIn, T-U-N-E-I-N, TuneIn app. Download that app. Or just Google star997.com here in Charleston, and you can listen to me live 10 a.m. Eastern time. So if you're in Chicago, 9 in the morning, you can listen to me. Out in LA, you can listen to me in the morning at 7 o'clock. All right, you can download the app, listen to me on your phone, your tablet. You know, you plug your phone in, or maybe some of you all got like cars where you got your apps. You can download it and check me out on radio, but you see me live on TV here on YouTube Monday through Friday, or you missed the show. Shout out to Mr. Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. You can check him out on Instagram, Kelby Cutting Up, KELBECUTTINUP, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. I call her, she's the drip director. Drip for those, you know. I know everybody can be as hip as your man. So those who may not be as hip, drip is your clothes, your fashion, your style. The drip director. She's a fashion designer, fashion design major, and a supermodel. Allie Jones, check her out on Instagram. LX, L as in Lexi, X as in extra, dot, N as in Nancy, C as in Charlie, L as in Larry, _. I believe it's L, Lexi, X extra. I believe it's either dot or just Google it, or I believe it's dot, or is it _ NCL? Okay, I'll get it, but it's one or two. Or you can find her, Lexi with 2 X's, LEXXIE .Nicole _ is that little dash below, designs. Her LX .NCL _. That's the new Instagram page. That's why I was trying to remember to get it right. But you'll find her. Trust me, you'll find her on Instagram. All right, the next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is going to be Thursday. Hot show. Got a couple guests. Yeah, we're going to talk about hypocrisy. Just because you say you are a good Christian, because really, if you're a good Christian, you shouldn't have to tell anybody. Don't tell me that you're a good Christian. I'll just watch how you live your life. You walk in the light. If you're really walking in that light, I'll see it. It'll be bright. You don't have to say a word. So don't tell me. Show me. And don't show me. Just live it. You don't have to talk about it. Just live it. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's about to get really hot and fired up tomorrow. All right, everybody. I want to thank everybody for watching once again. Don't forget to tell everybody you know to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Geno Jones Show. Share this and every episode. Like this and every episode. And binge watch all my back episodes. Until Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Once again, thank you so much. I cannot thank you enough. I know I thank you over and over and over because I was taught to be grateful. My grandfather, Conway Jones, said that people don't owe you anything appreciate people. He had a word, he said, put valuation. I meant value people that place value on you. So I'm going to put valuation, as Conway Jones taught me, put valuation. I value and love each and every one of you. Hey, everybody, thank you. Great conversation in my chat room. Thank you for watching. We'll see you Thursday live, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Now go back and binge watch all my back episodes.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.